Today is the 25th day of August 2020 in my hometown of Dundas Town, Abaco, Bahamas. Everybody is talking about the same thing, but boy, was Penlin a brilliant man. That Bahamians are not willing to fight for their country. They are not even willing to speak up and speak out. They're coming to me. They don't recognize that Kai, through his video, is telling my story. If you have a story that affects an offense, do the video. This is WCAY. This is nobody telling me what to do. This is my input. This is how Kai perceived it to be and how Kai wanted to change. Abaconians are afraid to speak about the immigration problem in Abaco. Wow. Bunch of cowards. Creole, since Hurricane Dorian, it's the first language in Abaco. There's no more English. Creole is the first language. Every pocket that you go into. I met several people this week concerned about getting their work permit and can't get the work permit because we have COVID-19 in the government complex. And they're moldy, slimy, dirty, black mold, no good air conditioned buildings that haven't been touched to prepare to some decency since Hurricane Dorian, 11 months, 25 days later. That is why I speak. That's the only reason I speak. I could do like the rest of the cowards. Just love it. Lots of cowards in Abaco. I could just shut up, mind my own business, and let it go to hell. But there's a brave man, long time ago, Sir Lyndon, Oscar Penlin. He said if Bahamians are not prepared to fight for the Bahamas, they will lose it. There is no Abaconians that I know that is not afraid to fight. They're all cowards. They're all talking and gossiping to themselves. We had Darren Henfield came in that other day with the little tight pants with the Minister of Immigration. Took him down to the farm because he didn't know what's going on. Darren never know, he doesn't care. He said, Nassau, baby, enjoying the fat of the lamb. And we reported that there is a community in and all over Abaco, new community, all satellite community, pocketed up. And he brought in the Minister of Immigration, Ellsworth Johnson. And he announced that in a couple of weeks he's going to do something. You know why Ellsworth Johnson announced that he was going to do something? Because he wanted to let his Haitian people know he's more Haitian than Bahamian. His first love, they didn't know much about it, but he is Haitian all over. That is why he's going to announce when he's coming. Why does Immigration Minister have to announce? You know why? He want to give his people time to get out of the way to waste immigration time. That is why he is going to announce when he's coming to make a raid. But guess what? That time has passed, gone, and come. Ellsworth Johnson has not made a raid yet. Then you have Clarence Russell trying to be an immigration director, directing his own movie, his own cask. And ask yourself, Clarence Russell, when you watch this, what have you done to put Abaco first on the job market in Abaco? Clarence Russell, what have you done to prevent illegals from being first 50 deep in every line over indigenous Abaconian? We have went through a storm called Hurricane Dorian, And now we're going to a storm called illegals. Every giveaway, there are 50 of them ahead of all generations of Bahamians. Bahamians are so embarrassed and tired and fatigued that they don't want to go. They feel that they're begging. But because they stand on the line for 3 hours behind the illegal Haitians, they prefer to forego it. That is what's happening in Abaco. And while the people in Abaco trying to get their plans and trying to do the right thing that government say you must do, own the land, get a plan, the Haitian have set up hundreds of illegal structures in Abaco, to the point that they have already created a new mud and several new muds at the farm and elsewhere in Abaco. And Clarence Russell, the director of immigration, so proud about his 2 years of doing nothing but cutting movies, has silenced immigration in Abaco. There is no immigration present in Abaco, while Abaconians are getting last at everything. Isn't that ironic? We pay people like Clarence Russell to do his job, and he turned into internet sensation more so than Kai Mills. So who is Clarence Russell working for? The Department of Haiti. Because the Haitians are running wild in Guanakee. I picked up somebody yesterday from Guanakee. He says, Kai, I've never seen it so much. He said, please run. That's a Guanakee boy. I was shocked. He said, if you're not running, I'm not voting. He don't know that I'm in Guanakee, so he can't help me and I can't help him. I could help him as being a minister of something, but he cannot vote for me. But he said every American house, that there are 15 to 20 of them occupying the People's House in Guanakee. Some of the people don't even know that they're in their house. Where the hell is Clarence Russell in the Bahamas immigration and the new Minister of Immigration? What have the new Minister of Immigration done? Does he know what his job is as Minister of Immigration? Well, we're the dumbest little country. You will put a Haitian, a first generation Haitian, in charge of the Bahamas Immigration Department, and we are overrun by Haitians 9-1 in Abaco. You could put a full-fledged Haitian in charge of social service, to the fact that he got hundreds of Haitians that he is feeding first in Nassau in 2 shelters, 3 meals a day. Then had to pay for water, they got light, they got food, they got internet, they got television, everything that we do not have to date in Abaco. The Haitian Minister of Social Service, Frankie Campbell, which first language is Creole. He was taught Creole, him and the Minister of Immigration, before they knew English. That's a fact. And these people are in charge of 2 ministries that affect every single Bahamian in this country. And so far, Frankie Campbell, boy, look here. I can't blame you. I gotta blame the idiot and the asses that call you minister. You're a minister of Haitian affairs, to Kai Mills. That's all you are, Frankie Campbell. And the Minister of Immigration, Ellsworth Johnson. I kind of like Ellsworth Johnson, but he's the first generation Haitian. And he's the Minister of Immigration. And he's not doing anything about the Haitian problem in North Abaco. Guanakee is overrun. Hopetown, they're having riots. They got the numbers. You ever heard about the quiet takeover? The Haitian has the wealth and they got the numbers. They could take this little town over without even sweating. That's the amount of numbers they got. You want to see how much numbers they got and how much money they get? Go to the machines and the places that send money out of this country. They're 100 deep. All Haitians. A couple of Jamaicans here and there. But they have the money. They have the numbers. And when you have the wealth and the numbers, you have the power for the quiet takeover. While the Prime Minister, Darren Henfield, that was a joke. They were Defense Force officers. And they were disgrace to this country because of their lack of doing their job down to Anagua in their $100 million Defense Force boat. The Haitians went right by them in their $100 sloops, hundreds of them. And even to date, every bus that was made, and it's being made after we spent $17 million on drones, guess who's interdicting the Haitian? The American Coast Guard. Thank God for the Americans, because the Bahamas Defense Force is a bunch of jokers. Look at them there in Marshaba. They steal and rob and do nothing but bring the integrity of the Defense Force down in Abaco. And that's a reflection of who the Defense Force is all over the country. Waste of time and money and uniform. The Haitians are still coming in after all the money the Bahamian people have spent. And Clarence Russell and Ellsworth Johnson, none of them has done nothing to stop the fluctuation of the quiet takeover of the Haitians in Hopetown, Guanakee, North Abaco, and indeed Marshaba. Kai Case, if I was there, like Darren Henfield, you would have known that this is not Haiti. This is the Bahamas. So if all the Haitians are here, what is there on the table for our grandkids? What will they have when the Haitians is the first, second, and third, and we're becoming fourth generation in our island of Abaco? Kai Case, I ought to be there. I would have put a stop to it, but Darren, who we all vote for, and what does he care? He in Nassau, he doesn't see what Kai see and feel every day. Kai cares, that's why he's here.